We're just as heartbroken as everybody else is. For a track to be in its prime, healthy, a strong region, strong track day program, the brand new announced home of Time Attack National Championship, to lose a track at that point in its process is really devastating for everyone. And we feel the pain with y'all.
Oh man, like pit race means like a whole lot to me. Actually, I moved to Pittsburgh in 2019 and didn't know anybody here, and so I kind of met like all of these friends through autocross and just being like in the car scene and finding out that this existed. And so yeah, like all of my friends have truly kind of been made through pit race. Yeah, like I almost didn't believe it. It felt like it wasn't real that this could possibly be closing because the track has been on the up and up for like years, and they've been putting money into it, making it better. The track is profitable. It just seemed crazy that it was like out of the blue. Nobody knew anything about it until the day of, and the next thing we know, we're like, yeah, the track shut down at the end of the year. So yeah, the initial thing was like more like shock. I had no clue, and then it kind of quickly turned into anger. Once we found out that it was all true, and even more anger when we found out with like in almost no uncertain terms that it's likely an AI data center, so that led to even more anger.
Well, I wouldn't say kept dying. I would say it died. It did once. Well, I think it did stutter once.
Heartbroken.
Yeah.
But we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back better next year. I got one lap around pit race in my life.
See if it starts.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
Well, are we pushing you over to get gas?
Figured there'd be a little bit of priming involved.
Yeah.
That's an issue.
And so I don't know. It's a lot of the reason I've like stayed in Pittsburgh so long is like this place,
Nostalgia got hands, baby. Nostalgia got hands. It's strange. It's like a funeral that we're putting on right before our friend dies, and then whenever everyone's done drinking, then we stab them and throw them in the ground and walk away. It's a very strange thing. But we're going to do it. We're going to have the best time we can with it.
Yeah!
Yeah, imagine yours was absolutely up there.
When I say hell, you say yeah! Hell! Yeah! Hell! You'll fucking burn out!
Light 'em. Oh, he had performance anxiety. I can relate.
It's really sad that folks that live in this area don't have a whole lot of other options. Over in Chicago, we've got Wisconsin, we've got Illinois, we've got Michigan, Indiana to choose from. But like it seems like there's just, once this place is gone, it's just like it's like a food desert, but it's like a track desert for you guys. So it's just really sad that you guys have, like, this was like the only place you guys could go with the folks that live here.
And at this point, my part-time work here on corners is over.
1 minute.
So we had our buddy Dane on his birthday, accidentally put his car into the wall, and he was just crying, "Happy birthday to me, happy birthday to me." And that's when Logan's car broke down too, so we had two wreckers here simultaneously. That was also your birthday?
Yeah.
Okay. So we are never go to a track on your birthday, because bad shit's gonna happen.
What Jim and Kathy did was very irresponsible. It felt very cloak and dagger. I feel like they really knew what they were doing, and that's why it was kept on the hush for so long. I think it's really unfortunate. I'd feel a little bit different about it if I didn't already know like what their estimated net worth was, them owning Coastal Pet Products. This isn't something like they're trying to build generational wealth for their family or something. I think that, they're already are worth piles of money. There was no reason to do this like weird cloak and dagger sale of the racetrack and like not even give any other investors a chance just because likely the data center can offer more. I don't think that they needed the money from this sale.
It was called Beaver Run back in the day. Well, there were a group of owners. One of the guys that we knew was a fellow named Danny. And a friend of mine had ran stage rally. He had a prepped car. He's like, what would be the chances that we could do some rally stuff out there? And he goes, that field work? Yeah, that'd be great. What do you guys want to charge, about $20? Yeah. All right. Yeah, put something together. And that's how the Autocross program started. That's how easy it used to be. The place was brand new. They wanted as many people as they could get out here enjoying all kinds of different automotive stuff. And we ran the rally cross for a couple of years until insurance, finally found out about it and I think shut us down. More so than anything, it's the community of people that have been around this place. As you go through life, it gets harder and harder probably to make new friends. And this is one of those places that you could always show up and make a new friend every time you're here. And that's what everybody's going to miss about it, more so than any specific thing, whether it's karting or on the track or, autocross or whatever. I don't think that is as important as just, having a place to hang out and with your friends every week. We're still going to do some automotive stuff. We're still going to race 24 hours of lemons. We're still going to do endurance racing. We're just going to have to be, more focused on planning. And, we got to drive places to do it now, and that kind of stinks. It sucks not having a local place.
The motorcycle community has taken a big loss with the loss of Pit Race, with the closure. The really neat thing, I don't think this is the case anywhere else in the world. The Pennsylvania Motorcycle Safety Program has offered free track days to any PA resident with a motorcycle license for the last 5 or 6 years. We usually get around 45, 50 people a day who get to go on the track all day long, like a real track day, professional coaching all day long for zero cost to any motorcyclist. And that high level of training is just something you can't get anywhere else for free, the way that we do it here. So there's a lot of motorcyclists in Pennsylvania that just are going to be missing out, and they're not going to be able to build those skills in such a safe environment. I'm kind of a living testament to how tracks and track organizations can help make motorcyclists safer on the road. Before I started going on the track, I had a lot of my fun on the road. I didn't do some of the crazier things you see on the internet these days, like doing a $150 in between traffic on the highway, but I did my fair share of speeding before I really knew how to ride. Once I started going to the racetrack, quite simply, I learned that no matter how many rules you're willing to break on the street, you will never have as much fun as you do on the racetrack in those conditions. After I started going to the track, I'm at the speed limit around town. You know where your limits are once you actually learn how to ride. I'm not making worse decisions, but I'm already tempted to make worse decisions on the road because I know that next year I don't have an outlet to go to unless I have a spare couple of grand to go to the track all summer.
I started autocrossing in about 1984, so that makes me officially old. I mean, the people are great, right? I mean, it's nice to be, doing something that I enjoy doing, in a vehicle I enjoy doing it in, and being with other people that are like-minded that, want to do those same kind of things. Peter Snorri and I are tasked with trying to find another site. And there's probably some opportunities out there for things that might even be better than this, at least from an autocross standpoint. The road racers are probably going to be hurting for a while.
There's about 30 pounds of lasagna over there. The last event of the year, every year for the last 4 or 5, something like that, I've just made a lasagna because driving doesn't matter. Trophies don't matter. Lasagna matters. Lasagna, car. I don't make the rules.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Really, my section was just to make how impactful Pit Race was, not just to the local community, but to everybody. The official petition has over 8,000 signatures. Obviously, we have a large showing, and I appreciate you allowing us 2 slots to speak.
Pit Race affects over $20 million in economic output each and every year to this community. Fact 1, data centers are not economic firms. The hyperscale center being built by XAI Projects in Memphis plans only employ 50 people, many of whom work remotely. They do not bring jobs. Meanwhile, this community stands to lose dozens of jobs due to lost tourism, as visitors will no longer be coming to this area when thousands of drivers and teams have for the past 24 years. Fact 2, massive power consumption. In Loudoun County, Virginia, I spoke to residents there who have seen a consumption rise of 200%. That means their electric bills have raised between $600 to $1,000 per year per household. I know we're loud, but during testing, data centers generate between 105 and 115 decibels. They're louder than any race car that you can hear. And during normal operation, they will be a consistent 85 decibels, 24/7, 365. Pit Race runs under a decibel limit and does not operate at night. These stations never shut down. A single hyperscale facility can consume 5 million gallons of water daily. That's nearly 3 times the combined use of Big Beaver alone.
I have met people who have flown here to a sleepy little field in Wampa just to experience what we have. We have a genuine resource here. And if that goes away, to put up a data center, if the track closes, it will be a tragedy. If a data center goes in, the effects that it will have on the community will be cataclysmic.
My name is Connie Domhoff. My family runs Domhoff Automotive Machine, a business that was started back in 1980. We've been part of this facility since the early days of Beaver Run. Pit Race has opened the doors for my son to compete across the US, Canada, and Europe. For us, this is not an abstract issue. It's about putting food on the table. So we stand at a crossroads between 2 very different futures. One is we surrender to the highest bidder, watch the bulldozers dismantle the place. We exchange the roar of the engines for the hums of the servers and community gatherings for a fenced-off industrial site. The other future is we recognize the assets like Pit Race are irreplaceable, fight to preserve what one racer called a first-class facility with great amenities and a staff that was a joy to work with. So do you want to be known as a community that values its unique spirit and its gathering places, or just another dot on the grid hosting servers for distant AI? For businesses like mine, families who call this place a second home, and the future of the borough, I implore you, please fight for Pit Race. To the owners, new owners, developers, and local leaders, Pit Race is not just another piece of real estate. It's an economic asset, a community treasure. Thank you.
We have not been privy to if there's some type of letter of intent, closure, sales agreement, anything between the owners of the parcels you guys are talking about and new developers or owners. We have not been told that. So we're just in a position right now of a standstill. Until we know further what's happening to that property, we just can't really have any answers for you. So it's not that anybody is stonewalling, we just don't know.
Just let it be known, we're here in part to learn this process with y'all. Also, because we're here not just to show you how valuable Pit Race is to us as a community, but also the Stouts and those future owners. And so, us doing what we are is really for them to see, more so than you all.
Thank you. Hey, can I have everybody's attention? There's a blue Dodge Challenger out in the parking lot with the alarm going off, so people are outside. It stopped. It stopped? Okie dokie.
We missed that last 10 minutes or so.
Thank you all for coming and sharing your stories with us. And as you said, I'm going to see you again this weekend.
This isn't just for them to see us. This is for the future owners of Pit Race to see us as well. So we need to keep showing up and keep showing out. That being said, thank you for showing up tonight because it matters. All of you share this.
Travis, right? But this is a little bit different. So many of us are home, right? Whereas anyone who you're always like, hey, I see you all the time at the track. I should make sure I have this man's number, right? Because it's going to be a little bit different trying to get back in touch.
Wait for the auction. Don't steal things.
Coming tonight, and those of you who've been here before, thank you. Thanks for your participation. Maybe I'll see you in Nelson, Mid-Ohio, or some other track. Maybe. Hell yeah, dude. Well, some of you. Everyone, we're going to say thank you, Gene, in 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Gene. Fuck you, Coyote.
This place has been here for 22 years. Pit Race has been here since 2011. Everyone here, this is a family, and no matter what happens to this place, family never changes. So tonight is to celebrate what we built, not what's around us. Because this track is a place. The thing that makes it meaningful are the memories we made here, the people we made them with, the friendships and family we grew on this track. And it would be a damn shame if we lost them. And so the reason why I wanted to get everyone here together, and I did on the 15th, is we can't lose the family we built over these 22 years. So when we give this cheers, it's to all of you. It's to the workers and volunteers who are still showing up for this place, even when the people who should be are long gone. We're gonna get through this, we're gonna do it together. I love you all. Let's crack open a cold one. Let's drink it on down. This isn't RAP Pit Race. This is this Pittsburgh racing family will never die. Can I get an amen? Amen. That's right.
Look at the hell yeah!
Like in a Cleveland love is true.
What you thought till it's gone. Pay paradise, put up a parking lot. Pay paradise, put up a parking lot. I said, don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you thought till it's gone.
I don't think it's
paradise,
fuck your data center! 1, 2, 3, fuck your data center!
Put up a parking lot. Pay paradise, put up a parking
yeah, sell out with me tonight. The record company's gonna give me lots of money and everything's gonna be. And I don't think it'll be so bad. And I know it won't be so bad. 'Cause the man said that's the way it is. And the man said it don't get better than this. No, no, no. So I signed on to the record company. They said they're gonna give me lots of money if I play what they want you to hear. Tell me it's cool, and I'll sure believe it. Sell out with me, oh yeah, sell out with me tonight. The record company's gonna give me lots of money and